So I had this really cool experience about maintaining your peace. Here's my question for you. Do you let things outside of yourself, whether it be people, what they say and what they do, or circumstances, steal your inner peace and take you out of balance? If so, I've got a story for you. Because it happened to me. This is a practice and a mantra that I've been keeping for about a year now. I say nothing out there is going to disconnect me from me and steal my peace. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about, because this is something you can practice every single day to maintain peace and stay connected to yourself no matter what. So on Mother's Day, my husband's family lives about 40 minutes away or so, and he said, hey, we're going to go have lunch with my family, his sister and husband and kids, and he said we're going to pick up my mom on the way, and then for dinner my sister's husband, my cousin, all my side of the family basically was going to have dinner, and all the guys were going to make all the women dinner. I said fine, that sounds great. So I said let's leave at 11:30 because I really want to have some time for myself on Mother's Day. I said I got to make the big salad for your sister's house for lunch, and if we leave at 11:30, we can pick up your mom and then get down to your sister's. And I will still then be able to get back home, be in my kayak, have a little bit of time before we go to dinner. He said, fine. Long story short is we were running late, and I said, hey, could your mom drive herself instead of us picking her up? And he said, well, she kind of wanted me to drive. She wants us to pick her up. I said, that's fine. We're just going to be running late now. So this is when the stress started happening. I started getting really stressed, and I said, I've been writing this book every weekend for the last 6 months. My weekends are precious to me, and now I've got to be driving a little bit out of the way to get your mom, and then coming over and then driving down to your sister's, which is about 40 minutes. I said, I'm just getting really stressed because we're running late. So he's like, it'll be fine. Okay. So at noon, we're supposed to leave here a lot earlier. So at noon, finally, we're walking out the door. We get in the car. I kid you not, all this stuff happened. We get in the car, back out of the driveway, and my husband goes, wait, I don't have my cell phone. So he runs in the house to get his cell phone. I'm in the car starting to go into a little bit of a panic. Like, I got to get down there, eat lunch, get back here. I want some downtime. I need downtime. That's how I unplug, relax, and recharge. So I'm thinking my ego's starting to kick in and say, you're not going to have any time now. Everything's taking too long. So we pull out the driveway at 12:15. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to delay lunch yet again. So we're on the expressway down to get his mom. And I said, I'm really, really stressed because now we got to pick up your mom. Now we're that much later, and I want to have some time for myself. It's Mother's Day. It's my day, and I'm doing everything for everyone else. And I knew in that moment that I was in my ego. I could feel it. It's like when we can watch ourselves. This is the key. When you can watch yourself. So I was aware that I was in the ego. So I'm watching myself say this stuff. And I thought, there you are, Michelle, you're in your victim. Like, get out of it. And my stomach was in knots. So we're driving down to get his mom, and the exit for his mother has cars. It was like a sea of red all along the off ramp and all the way onto the expressway. It would have taken us forever. So my husband says, just keep going. I'll call my mom and have her drive herself. Don't get off the expressway. Keep going to my sister's. I said, fine, perfect. Driving down now to his sister's house. He calls his mom. She doesn't answer. He calls her for 15 minutes. No joke. She does not answer. He's like, where the hell is my mother? And I said, I don't know. She's probably sitting outside waiting for us to pick her up. So he's like, damn it. So now we are driving toward his sister's house. Now we have to get off the next exit and backtrack and go all the way back now to his mother's house. Mind you, I'm already thinking I wanted to be there like an hour ago. Now I got to backtrack and go back and go get his mother. We go get his mother. We have to backtrack. We do all these things. We finally get down. As we're driving now to his sister's, I'm thinking to myself, my peace is gone. I'm stressed. This is not who I am. I know how to get myself back. And I'm allowing things out here, meaning picking up my mother-in-law, all of the stupid. It's stupid, honestly, because I wanted to spend an hour by myself in between lunch and dinner because it's Mother's Day. So what I did was this. This is how you get yourself back. You've got to find something that you're grateful for, and you don't have to go for this big, giant whopper of a thing. I was gripping because I was driving. I had my steering wheel in my hand, and I thought to myself, I bought myself this car a few years ago, and I said, I love this car. This is my baby. I never get to drive it. I love this steering wheel. It's a suede steering wheel. And I said, I love the suede steering wheel. And I had so much appreciation. So you start in the brain of what you're thankful for, grateful for, and then you drop into your heart and your body and you let it land there. Instantly, I started to feel myself move that much from where I was. All this stress, I had knots in my stomach. I was so mad, totally in my victim, blaming everybody. And I said, wait a minute, this feels so good. And then I looked out at a tree because we were at a red light. And I said, I love that tree. I love it so much. We have some really beautiful trees on this planet. I started feeling a little bit better. Then I went to the next thing and I looked at how blue the sky was today. I mean, benign things, benign. And I went a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Guess what? I suddenly felt total peace and gratitude for the fact that I had a family to go to for lunch and that I had a family to go to for dinner. And I got there. I didn't start there. I started out with my steering wheel. My steering wheel is where I started. And then I went to a tree, and then I went to a blue sky and the sun and how much I love the sun and all the things. And guess what? I found peace and I held it. And I sat there in gratitude. And then my mother-in-law gets in the car and we're driving down and I'm just feeling very neutral and peaceful. That's why I go for peace versus happiness. Happiness is very spiky. It comes and goes. Peace is a state of mind that we can hold, but we have to make the effort. We have to stop blaming others and blaming things out there that take away our inner peace. This is how you do it. You move up the vibrational scale. We're energy beings. I was in a place of blame and victim, which is low energy. Gratitude helped me to move up that scale. And then I got into a place of total appreciation. I was calm. I was relaxed. We went down. I was so happy to see my in-laws. I had a great time at lunch. And then after lunch, I came back and guess what? I got to have an hour in my kayak. I went out and relaxed. Then I went to my sister's family's house for dinner. It was wonderful. I had a lovely day. But I was allowing this, my head, my ego, to get in the way of my peace. And that is my mantra. That is what I dedicate every single day to. I invite you to join me. Don't let anything out there disconnect you from you, because that's where your peace is. And our peace is our responsibility. Nobody else's. What we typically do as humans is we want to control what's all out there to make us happy, to keep us peaceful, to keep us in balance. You'll never win, friends. I tried that. It does not work. It does not work. We've got to take responsibility for us and what goes on in here. And we can do that by shifting our focus around what we're grateful for and what we're looking at, and drop the blame and victim. There you go.